Do not leave yet. Before your mind tells you that this is just another video, before you let the noise pull you back into the same worries you carried into this moment, stop. Be still for one breath. There is something you have been trying to outrun. Not a person, not a problem you can solve with one decision, not a feeling that disappears because you pretend it is not there. It is the weight in your spirit that has been growing quieter on the outside and heavier on the inside. Only you know how long you have carried it. Only you know how many times you have said, "I'm okay," while something in you was asking, "How much longer can I keep doing this?" Only you know the thoughts that come when the room is silent. Only you know the prayer you began but could not finish. Only you know the fear you keep trying to make sound reasonable. But I know it too. I know the part of your story no one else has read. I know the tears you hid before someone walked into the room. I know the disappointment you did not explain because you were tired of being misunderstood. I know what you lost. I know what you are afraid to lose. I know the answer you are still waiting for. And I need you to hear this with no hesitation. You are not abandoned. You felt alone, but you have not been abandoned. You felt forgotten, but you have not been forgotten. You felt delayed, but you have not been denied by my love. You felt weak, but you have not fallen outside my hand. Do not let one difficult season become the voice that explains your entire life. This is not the end of your story. You may not see the road ahead clearly. You may not understand why certain doors closed, why certain people changed, why the answer you begged for did not come when you expected it. But confusion is not proof that I have left you. Silence is not proof that I am absent. Delay is not proof that I have forgotten your name. I have seen every step. I saw you keep going when you did not feel strong. I saw you get up when your heart wanted to stay in bed. I saw you carry responsibilities with a smile while your mind was exhausted. I saw you hold everyone else together when no one knew that you were coming apart. And I am not speaking to you now because you earned it by being perfect. I am speaking to the real you, the tired you, the uncertain you, the you who still believes but is afraid to hope too much. The you who has been trying to be strong for everyone else and has quietly wondered who would be strong for you. I am here, not after you fix everything, not after you become less emotional, not after you find the right words, not after you prove that you deserve another chance. I am here now. Do not rush past this, because there is a lie you have been carrying that has made this season heavier than it had to be. The lie is this: because it hurts, God must be far away. No, pain is not my absence. Waiting is not my rejection. A closed door is not always a curse. A broken plan is not proof that your future is broken. There are things I have kept from you because I could see what you could not see. There are paths I did not let you take because I knew where they would lead. There are people I let leave because their departure exposed what their presence was costing you. There are prayers I did not answer in the way you demanded because I love you too much to give you something that would have destroyed your peace. You have called some of my protection disappointment. You have called some of my redirection loss. You have called some of my preparation delay. But I have not been careless with your life. I have been guarding you in ways you did not recognize. I have been preserving you in ways you did not understand. I have been forming you in places that felt unfair because you were looking only at what was being removed, not at what was being built. Listen carefully. What is leaving your life is not always leaving because you are unworthy. Sometimes it is leaving because it cannot go where I am taking you. What is taking longer is not always taking longer because you failed. Sometimes it is taking longer because I am strengthening the part of you that will need to carry what you prayed for. What feels uncomfortable is not always wrong. Sometimes discomfort is the evidence that you are outgrowing what once kept you small. I am calling you out of the cycle, not with shame, with authority. Stop returning to what I am trying to free you from. Stop asking a closed door to become a home. Stop begging for affirmation from people who cannot see your value. Stop making permanent decisions from temporary pain. Stop calling yourself by names I never gave you. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too much. You are not a burden to me. You are not beyond restoration. You are mine. That is the truth fear has been trying to bury. And fear has been loud, has it not? It has been speaking before you wake up. It has been speaking when you try to sleep. It has been rehearsing every worst-case scenario. It has been telling you what could happen, what might happen, what probably will happen. It has been making you carry tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. But fear is not your guide. Fear has never loved you. Fear has never told you the whole truth. Fear has never carried the authority to decide your future. Do not let fear sit in the seat that belongs to me. When fear says, "You are alone," remember, I am with you. When fear says, "You will not recover," remember, I restore. When fear says, "It is too late," remember, I redeem time. When fear says, "Nothing will change," remember, I make a way where there seems to be no way. When fear says, "You have failed too many times," remember, my mercy is not exhausted. You do not need to defeat every fearful thought with your own strength. You need to stop agreeing with it. Every time fear speaks, do not bow your head and call it wisdom. Bring it into my presence. Say, "Lord, this is what I'm afraid of." Say, "Lord, this is the thought I cannot stop repeating." Say, "Lord, I do not know how to carry this." I will meet you there. Put it down. You cannot heal while you are still holding everything that wounded you. You cannot hear my voice clearly while you keep giving the loudest voice in your mind the final word. You cannot walk forward while you keep turning around to prove that you deserved better from people who already chose not to see you. Release it. Release the conversation you keep replaying. Release the person you keep trying to change. Release the regret that keeps telling you that you ruined everything. Release the outcome you keep trying to control. Release the version of yourself you are trying to punish. You cannot go back and become the person you were before it happened. But you can let me make you stronger because it happened. You can let me teach you wisdom from the pain. You can let me rebuild your confidence from truth instead of approval. You can let me restore your peace without needing every person to apologize. You can let me turn the scar into a testimony. Nothing you surrender to me is wasted. Not the tears, not the years, not the closed doors, not the private battles, not the prayers you prayed with a shaking voice. I am not finished with you. Do not misunderstand me. I am not glorifying your pain. I am not telling you that every wound was good. Some things hurt because people made choices that were wrong. Some things hurt because this world is broken. Some things hurt because you were betrayed, neglected, overlooked, or treated in a way you never deserved. But what was meant to harm you does not have the power to own your future when you place it in my hands. I can restore what was taken. I can heal what was wounded. I can bring beauty from the places you thought were ruined. I can give you discernment where betrayal tried to make you cynical. I can give you courage where rejection tried to make you disappear. And before this message moves forward, I want you to make one decision. Do not make it emotionally, make it deliberately. Decide that you will not let this season define you. Say it quietly if you need to. This season will not define me. Again, this pain will not name me. Again, my future is not controlled by what I lost. This is where you begin to take your life back from the voice of despair. Not by pretending you are not hurting. Not by forcing yourself to be positive. Not by denying the weight. But by deciding that the weight will not become your identity. You are not the storm. You are the person I will carry through it. You are not the wound. You are the person I will heal. You are not the delay. You are the person I am preparing. You are not the mistake. You are the person my mercy still calls forward. Stay with me, because there is something deeper I need to show you. The thing you have been asking me to change may not be the first thing I am changing. You have been asking me to change the situation. I have been changing your sight. You have been asking me to remove the pressure. I have been teaching you how to stand without losing yourself. You have been asking me to open a door. I have been teaching you how to recognize which doors carry peace and which doors only carry urgency. You have been asking me to make the road easy. I have been teaching you how to walk with me when the road is unclear. You do not need every answer to take the next faithful step. You need my presence. You need my truth. You need the courage to obey the light you have already been given. Some of you are waiting for a sign while ignoring the instruction you already know. You know you need to stop returning to that habit. You know you need to have the difficult conversation. You know you need to set the boundary. You know you need to ask for help. You know you need to rest. You know you need to stop giving access to the voice that always pulls you away from peace. Do not call delay spiritual when it is actually fear of obedience. There is no condemnation in this. There is an invitation. I am calling you higher because I love you. I am calling you out of confusion because I have more for you than endless anxiety. I am calling you into honesty because pretending has exhausted you. I am calling you into peace because chaos has become too familiar. And you do not have to do this alone. You do not have to become a different person overnight. You do not have to carry a 5-year plan. You only need to give me your next yes. Your next yes may be simple. Yes, I will pray instead of panic. Yes, I will rest instead of replaying the past. Yes, I will stop chasing what is not choosing me. Yes, I will forgive without giving the wound permission to rule my heart. Yes, I will stop calling myself what God did not call me. Yes, I will take the next healthy step. Small obedience becomes a different life when you keep choosing it. A seed looks small. A prayer looks small. A boundary looks small. A decision to tell the truth looks small. A choice to stop responding to what keeps hurting you looks small. But life changes in the places no one applauds. I see every hidden act of obedience. I see the moment you choose peace when anger wants to take over. I see the moment you choose restraint when you could easily react. I see the moment you stop explaining yourself to someone determined not to understand. I see the moment you cry, wipe your face and keep moving forward. I am proud of the strength you have not recognized in yourself. You have survived things that would have broken the old version of you. You have walked through nights you thought would never end. You have made it through days that felt impossible before they began. And you are still here. That is not luck. That is grace. Do not forget the evidence of my faithfulness, because today feels heavy. Remember the doors I closed that saved you. Remember the provision that appeared at the right time. Remember the strength that came when you had none. Remember the people I sent. Remember the peace that arrived after you stopped forcing something that was not for you. Now let me speak to the part of you that feels unseen. You have spent so much time being useful that people have forgotten you are human. They come to you when they need advice. They come to you when they need strength. They come to you when they need someone to listen. They come to you because they know you will show up. But when you need someone, you often become quiet. You do not want to be a burden. You do not want to explain it again. You do not want to hear someone minimize what you feel. So you carry it. And you have learned how to carry pain without making noise. But I did not create you to carry every burden alone. You need safe people. You need wise counsel. You need prayer. You need rest. You need the courage to say, I am not okay today. There is no shame in that sentence. You are not a failure because you need support. You are not weak because you are tired. You are not faithless because you need help. I often answer prayers through people. I often bring healing through honest conversations. I often strengthen you through a community that reminds you who you are when you forget. Do not isolate because you are wounded. Bring your wounds into the light where they can be cared for. The enemy wants you alone with your thoughts because he knows how much louder they become in isolation. But you do not have to believe everything your mind says in the dark. Bring it to me. Bring it to someone safe. Bring it into truth. You are allowed to be held. You are allowed to be loved without earning it. You are allowed to receive help without apologizing for needing it. I want to speak to your shame. Shame has been trying to keep you hidden. It has told you that if people knew the real you, they would turn away. It has told you that you have made too many mistakes. It has told you that you should be further along by now. It has told you that you need to clean yourself up before you come close to me. But shame is a liar. I already know the real you. I know the thought you never said. I know the mistake you regret. I know the way you reacted when you were hurting. I know every place you feel unfinished. And I have not turned away from you. I move closer. My love is not afraid of your mess. My mercy is not exhausted by your need. My grace is not a small cup that runs out when you come back for more. Come near, not when you feel impressive. Now, come near with your questions. Come near with your tears. Come near with your anger. Come near with the prayer that is only one sentence. Lord, I need you. That prayer opens a door fear has tried to keep closed. You do not have to become fearless before you come to me. Come trembling. A trembling heart can still trust. A tired soul can still receive strength. A wounded person can still walk into purpose. I am not asking you to feel invincible. I am asking you to stop agreeing with the voice that says you are finished. You are not finished. You are still being written. You are still being formed. You are still being restored. You are still being led. And I need you to hear this next part with absolute clarity. There is a future beyond this season. Not a fake future. Not a shallow promise that says every day will be easy. Not a future where you never face another challenge. A real future. A future where this pain no longer controls your decisions. A future where you can remember what happened without becoming trapped inside it. A future where you recognize how much stronger, wiser, and closer to me you became. A future where your scar becomes proof that you survived and did not surrender. You will not always feel this heavy. You will not always wake up with this same fear. You will not always question whether you can keep going. There will be mornings when peace feels natural again. There will be moments when you laugh without forcing it. There will be conversations where you do not have to defend your worth. There will be rooms where you are not tolerated, you are valued. There will be decisions you make from clarity instead of panic. But you cannot walk into that future while making an altar out of your past. You must let me heal you, not just comfort you for a moment. Heal you. Healing asks for honesty. What are you still calling normal that is actually hurting you? What are you still entertaining that keeps stealing your peace? What are you still carrying because you think it is your responsibility, even though I never asked you to carry it? What are you still blaming yourself for even though I have already offered you mercy? Do not run from those questions. They are not accusations. They are invitations to freedom. I want to free you from the pattern of apologizing for having needs. I want to free you from the pattern of calling anxiety discernment. I want to free you from the pattern of accepting crumbs because you are afraid nothing better will come. I want to free you from the pattern of mistaking chaos for love. I want to free you from the pattern of settling for relationships, habits, and environments that keep you far from peace. You were not created to live in constant survival mode. You were created to walk with me. You were not created to measure your value by who stays and who leaves. You were created with a value no person has the power to create or remove. You were not created to live as a prisoner of yesterday. You were created for freedom. Freedom does not mean you never remember. Freedom means the memory no longer rules you. Freedom does not mean you never feel pain. Freedom means pain no longer controls your identity. Freedom does not mean you never face fear. Freedom means fear no longer makes your decisions. That is what I am building in you. Not a shallow confidence, a rooted confidence. Not a loud confidence that depends on applause. A quiet confidence that knows I am with you. You have been trying to receive peace from circumstances that cannot promise it. People change. Plans change. Money changes. Health changes. Opportunities change. But I do not change. Build your hope on what is steady. My love is steady. My mercy is steady. My presence is steady. My word is steady. When everything around you feels uncertain, return to what is certain. I am still God. I am still near. I am still able. I am still good. You do not have to solve every mystery of your life to believe that. You do not need to understand my timing to trust my character. You do not need to see the finished picture to take the next faithful step. Some of you have been waiting to feel peace before you obey. But peace often meets you on the other side of obedience. You know the decision you need to make. You know the call you need to place. You know the boundary you need to set. You know the habit you need to release. You know the apology you need to give. You know the help you need to seek. Stop waiting for fear to disappear completely. Take the step with me. Courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is refusing to let fear be your master. And when you take the step, I will be there. I will be there when the conversation becomes uncomfortable. I will be there when the outcome is not immediate. I will be there when you have to choose peace again tomorrow. I will be there when your old patterns try to call you back. I do not abandon people in the middle of the process. I stay. I stay when you are growing. I stay when you are grieving. I stay when you are learning. I stay when you are exhausted. I stay when you are unsure. You may have been taught that love leaves when you become difficult. That is not my love. My love corrects you, but it does not discard you. My love leads you, but it does not humiliate you. My love holds you accountable, but it does not call you hopeless. I am not asking you to earn your place with me. The cross has already declared that you are worth pursuing. Stop trying to pay for a love that was given as grace. You do not have to perform your way into my presence. You come because you belong. And belonging changes how you live. When you know you belong to me, you do not have to beg every room to approve you. When you know you belong to me, you do not have to chase people who only choose you when it is convenient. When you know you belong to me, you can walk away from what dishonors your peace without being afraid that you have lost your only chance. There is more for you than the thing you are afraid to release. There is more peace than the chaos you have learned to tolerate. There is more life than the numbness you have called normal. There is more purpose than the role you have been playing just to survive. I am calling you forward, not backward into guilt, not downward into shame. Forward, forward into truth, forward into healing, forward into wiser love, forward into rest, forward into the life that becomes possible when you stop fighting me and start trusting me. You do not have to understand every detail. You only have to trust the next instruction. And the next instruction may be to rest. You have been trying to fix your life while exhausted. You have been trying to make life-changing decisions from a depleted mind. You have been treating rest as a reward you get after you finally do enough. But rest is not a reward for completing every task. Rest is part of how I restore you. You need sleep. You need stillness. You need moments without noise. You need space where your nervous system is not constantly preparing for the next disaster. You are not lazy for resting. You are not irresponsible for needing a pause. You are not weak for admitting that your body and mind have limits. I designed you with limits. Limits are not evidence that you are failing. They are reminders that you are not God. Let me be God. You do not need to carry the whole world. You do not need to rescue everyone. You do not need to control every outcome. You do not need to prove your worth by being endlessly available. Some of you have been exhausted because you have been carrying assignments that belong to me. Release them. You can love someone without saving them. You can pray for someone without controlling them. You can care about someone without abandoning yourself. Let me teach you the difference. Let me teach you how to be compassionate without becoming consumed. Let me teach you how to forgive without forgetting wisdom. Let me teach you how to be gentle without becoming unprotected. There is a balance I want to give you. The world may tell you that you must become hard to avoid being hurt again. But hardness is not healing. I want to give you a soft heart and strong boundaries. A heart that can love. A mind that can discern. A spirit that can rest. A life that does not collapse every time someone misunderstands you. This is possible. Not by your perfection, by my work in you. And I am working in you now. Even if you cannot see it. Even if the process feels slow. Even if you wish the answer would come faster. I am working. There are roots growing where you only see dirt. There are answers forming where you only see silence. There are doors preparing where you only see walls. There is strength being built where you only feel pressure. Do not quit in the middle of what I am building. Do not walk away from a foundation because it is not yet a finished house. You do not dig up a seed every day to see whether it is growing. You trust the process. You water what I have placed in your hands. You tend your mind. You guard your heart. You take the next faithful step, and you leave the outcome with me. That is surrender. Surrender is not giving up on life. Surrender is giving up the illusion that you must control everything to be safe. You are safe in my hands. I know your future. I know your needs. I know the desires you are afraid to speak aloud. I know the dream you stopped mentioning because you did not want to be disappointed again. Bring it to me. Do not cling to the dream more tightly than you cling to me. If it is not for you, I will not leave you empty. If it is for you, you will not need to destroy your peace to receive it. Trust my timing. Timing is not punishment. Sometimes a blessing received too soon becomes pressure. Sometimes a door opened before you are ready becomes a burden. Sometimes a relationship entered from loneliness becomes another wound. Sometimes a platform received before character can carry it becomes a trap. I am not withholding goodness from you. I am leading you with wisdom. Do not compare your timeline to someone else's. You do not know what their road required. You do not know what their private battle cost. You do not know what I am protecting you from. Your life is not late because it does not look like someone else's life. Your path is not empty because it is different. I have not forgotten the desires I placed in you. But I care more about who you are becoming than about how quickly you receive what you want. Because you will carry your character into every answer. You will carry your habits into every door. You will carry your beliefs about yourself into every relationship. So let me heal the foundation. Let me heal the need to be chosen by people who cannot honor you. Let me heal the fear of being alone. Let me heal the pattern of settling. Let me heal the voice that says, "This is all I deserve." No, you are deeply loved. You are worth healthy love. You are worth peace. You are worth truth. You are worth a life that does not require you to disappear in order to belong. But before you can receive what is healthy, you must stop calling what hurts you love. This is not condemnation. This is rescue. I am rescuing you from what you have normalized. I am rescuing you from the cycle. I am rescuing you from the lie that chaos is the price of connection. You do not have to keep living the same story. The past may explain some of your patterns, but it does not have to control them. Your family history does not have to become your destiny. Your old wound does not have to become your identity. Your worst decision does not have to become your final chapter. I am a redeemer. I restore. I rebuild. I renew. What looks dead in your hands can live again in mine. And even what does not return in the form you expected can still become part of a redeemed story. Maybe you are grieving something you cannot get back. A person, a season, a version of your life, a dream that changed. Let yourself grieve. Grief is not a lack of faith. Grief is love learning how to release what it cannot keep. Bring your grief to me. Do not let it become a room you never leave. You can honor what mattered without living permanently inside what ended. There is life after loss. There is beauty after betrayal. There is peace after panic. There is love after disappointment. There is purpose after failure. You may not be able to see it today, but I can, and I am leading you toward it. Do not confuse the part you cannot see with the part that does not exist. You are not walking into nothing. You are walking into a future I can already see. When you arrive at the place you fear, I will already be there. Before the doctor calls, I am there. Before the conversation happens, I am there. Before the door opens, I am there. Before the need appears, I know the provision. Tomorrow is not outside my reach. Stop trying to carry tomorrow with today's strength. You only have grace for today because today is what you have been given. Take today seriously. Pray today. Rest today. Love wisely today. Tell the truth today. Take the step today. Tomorrow will have grace when tomorrow comes. And now, I want you to hear this blessing over your mind. May the thoughts that have been tormenting you lose their authority. May the voice of shame grow quieter. May the pressure to have every answer loosen its grip. May your body remember what safety feels like. May your heart learn to rest without fearing that rest means abandonment. May you recognize the difference between my conviction and the enemy's condemnation. May you have courage for the conversation you need to have. May you have wisdom for the decision in front of you. May you have peace to leave what keeps stealing your peace. May you have strength to keep going one faithful day at a time. You are not alone in this. You are not unseen in this. You are not forgotten in this. I am with you. Not just in the breakthrough. Not just in the testimony. Not just after the tears have dried. I am with you in the middle. In the middle of the waiting. In the middle of the healing. In the middle of the uncertainty. In the middle of the lesson. In the middle of the story that is still being written. This is the place where many people give up too early. They quit in the middle. They make a permanent conclusion from a temporary season. They call the process the end. They let pain convince them that God has stopped working. Do not quit in the middle. Stay with me. The middle is not meaningless. The middle is where roots deepen. The middle is where strength is formed. The middle is where you learn that I am enough, not only when life is easy, but when nothing makes sense. You will look back one day and realize that what you thought was only breaking you was also rebuilding you. You will see the courage that was formed. You will see the wisdom that was born. You will see the peace that became possible because you finally released what you could not control. And when that day comes, you will not wish you had given up. You will be grateful that you stayed. So stay. Stay close to me. Stay close to truth. Stay close to the people who help you remember who you are. Stay close to the habits that bring life into your spirit. When fear returns, do not be shocked. Return to truth. When the old wound aches, do not be ashamed. Bring it to me. When you feel tired, do not call yourself weak. Rest. When you make a mistake, do not run away. Come closer. When you do not understand the path, do not panic. Take the next step I place in front of you. I am not asking for perfect faith. I am asking for willing faith. A willing heart. A surrendered yes. A quiet decision that says, Lord, I do not understand everything, but I will not let fear lead me. That is faith. And I can do much with that. I can do much with the person who stops pretending and starts surrendering. I can do much with the person who brings me their honest heart. I can do much with the person who does not have all the answers but refuses to quit. You are still here. That means the story is still moving. You are still breathing. That means there is still purpose. You are still listening. That means something in you still wants life, truth, healing, and peace. Do not ignore that desire. It is not weakness. It is an invitation. Come back. Come back to prayer. Come back to rest. Come back to my word. Come back to the truth that you are loved before you perform. Come back to the truth that you are held even when you feel fragile. Come back to the truth that you do not have to carry the whole world alone. And now receive this final word. You will not be ruled by what you fear. You will not be imprisoned by what happened. You will not be defined by who left. You will not be erased by the delay. You will not be destroyed by this season. I am still writing. I am still healing. I am still leading. I am still restoring. There is more ahead of you. More peace. More clarity. More wisdom. More healing. More purpose. More joy than you can see from where you are standing. Do not let the darkness of one moment make you deny the light that is still coming. Lift your eyes. You are mine. I have not forgotten you. I will not abandon you. I will walk with you. Take the next faithful step. And then take the next one. I am with you in every step. Amen.